Ja, gaan ek minder random. Okay, right, so ek is nou by punt 2. At the second bullet it says, determine the turning point, meaning the stationary point. Nee, by daai draaipunt, hy stationair, want die gradient is mos 0. Nee, the gradient is 0. So, it says that by the turning point, m is equal to 0, by die draaipunt. Okay, so we know that m, gradient, is the derivative. Dis hoekom hulle daar vir jou sê derivative is equal to 0. Nee, want ons weet dis mos m. You guys good with that? Okay. So what they do is the derivative in number 1 we worked out is minus 2x plus 6. Okay, so we make that equal to 0, die afgeleide. Okay, then next up we just work out what x is. So x is 3. Nee. Okay, now that x is 3 is the x value of my turning point. Kyk gou hierso. X value of my turning point. You guys see that? Hoe gaan ek nou weer daai y waarde gaan kry? How do I get the y value? I go substitute it into always the original. Sien julle? Julle ken klaar die werk, né? Okay. Right, so I'm not going to rewrite that. And that is then how they get to en kyk gou hier. Dit staan nie nou so op die bladsytjie nie, but I just want to show you guys because yesterday I saw one of you asked a question about this. So we use that x value and we substitute it into the original fx, the original equation. And then we got 4. Nee, maak het sin wat ek hier skryf. That means the value of 3, I substituted into the place of x at fx, the original equation. Okay. And then they say, okay, turning point will then be where x is 3 and y is 4. No? Sien julle? You guys good? Okay. By nummer 3 sê hulle vir jou. Is fx increasing or decreasing? Maar nou is hulle baie spesifiek. They say at x is equal to 5. Okay. Nou wil ek gou eers met jou praat oor the different methods. There's 2 methods, nee? Nou kyk gou jou skets. That was minus x squared, nee? So ek weet hy gaan so iets lyk.
Daar was nou mevrou Colleen Marie, gaan ons gou by die kantoor asseblief. Mevrou Colleen Marie, kantoor asseblief.
Nee, ekskuus, dis 'n so ene. Minus 5, so hy sou sê maar so iets lyk. Kyk gou. So let's say the graph looks like that, no? The parabola. They're talking about where x is 5. Now we know that left-hand side of the turning point. What type of function is then? Increasing or decreasing? Up. Okay, wag, kom ons pause gou. What is increasing and what is decreasing? Increase means yes, x gaan op en y gaan op, nee. Okay, so this side, kyk gou, x en y gaan op. Do you see that? So this side, left-hand side, is increasing. Okay, dan het ek vir turning point. Wat is dit aan die regterkant? Kyk gou, y waardes raak nou minder soos wat x meer raak. So that's a decreasing function. Nee. Okay, so as jy weet, dis hoe jou sketsie lyk. They specifically want to know if x is 5. So waar gaan x is 5 wees? Hy gaan wees hier ergens, nee. So dis aan die regterkant van my grafiek. So would it there be an increasing or a decreasing function? decreasing, né? So dadelik kan jy sê, dit is 'n decreasing function. Lekker vinnig, né? But, wat as ek nou dit doen? Nou is hy sketsie nie meer daar nie. If I don't have the sketch, we use same principles, but now we just got to do a few calculations. Waarvanaf het ons gewerk? Ons weet van draaipunt af, aan die, ek moet nou teen ons stelkant praat, linkerkant, nee, is het increasing. But from turning point, regterkant, decreasing, nee. Okay, maar wat is dit by turning point nou weer? Kyk gou daar. The derivative is 0, nee. Okay, so ons weet dat by turning point is die afgeleide gelyk aan 0. Nee. Okay, so eintlik kan ek dan nou by daai afgeleide gaan instel vir x is 5. Nee. Verstaan julle? Okay, so if I go substitute it in, minus 2, 5, plus 6, dan gee dit vir my minus 4. And what is derivative again? Derivative is mos gradient, nee. So as die gradient minus 4 is, then it's a decreasing function. So sien jy, as ek die skets het, kan jy hom net lekker gaan kyk. But if I don't have the sketch, we still use that principle of work from turning point. Nee, jy moet net mooi gaan redeneer. Turning point is where the derivative is equal to 0. Okay, and what is derivative again? Gradient. En as my gradient minus 4 is, then I know it's a decreasing. Nee, if that gradient was a positive answer, then it would be increasing. Nee, well, jy sal nou sien, daar sê hulle vir jou, therefore, m is less than 0, m is a negative, so fx is decreasing. Jy kan maar, jy kan, so lank jy daai vir my gewys het, en dan moet jy net sê, decreasing. Okay, moenie dink hulle neem aan van daar af nie, hulle gee einde van die jaar, hulle noem het 'n statement, punt. Jy het jou berekeninge gedoen, en nou moet jy gaan sê, is it increasing of decreasing? Okay. Right, any questions there? Is julle reg? Nee? Okay, kyk net gou-gou, daar heel onder, gaan nie veel oor hom sê nie, nee? We just, over there, they use a third degree polynomial, nee? Look at the turning points, my draaipunt hier onder en daarbo. Sien jy die gradient, m is equal to 0? We know that. Okay, so this first part, because it goes down, that would be a decreasing function. So sien jy, hier sê ek vir jou m is kleiner as 0. Okay, then this middle part, it's an increasing function. So gradient is groter as 0. Dat ek weer draaipunt waar gradient 0 is, and after that, decreasing again, because gradient is less than 0. Nee, hulle sal nee. Hulle vra nooit regtig by hierdie derde graads om hom te beperk. Okay. Any other questions about the left-hand side of that page? Okay. Nou is ons aan die regterkant, konkaviteit. Was dit nie nou pauze nie?
Nee. Ons het 'n verhouding gehad. 8 pauze verhouding.
Hartlik. Okay. Almal wil freaking piepie as dit wiskunde is. Okay, goed. Konkaviteit. Kyk gou daar. Hulle sê vir jou, as y is gelyk aan fx se funksie is, dan is die tweede afgeleide van f. Okay, daar is dit net, do you guys remember that when we talked about just derivative, we had d over dx of dy over dx? Nee? Of die een waarvan julle nou nie gehou het nie? And then the equation. Nee. But now, if it's second derivative, al wat hulle doen is daar kom 'n tweede enetjie daarso by. Daar, sorry. Ag, ek dink julle gaan regtig vir jou, jy het nou gesien, ek wil hom hier geskryf het, want is eintlik maar net kom agterby. So, hulle sal nie vir jou penaliseer nie. Okay. Nee? So nothing new there. It's just a different way of writing second derivative. Nee. Okay. Nou, wat weet ons nou van tweede afgeleide? What do we know about second derivative? What does it give us? Die buigpunt. Okay. Lekker. Okay, nou kyk gou hierso. And ja. Point of inflection. Okay, so Yella, remember the other day I said to get point of inflection, nee, this one, we get second derivative, nee, dis my buigpunt. Toe het ek vir jou gesê, wat gebeur nou weer daar? Daai buigpunt is eintlik waar ek skei my konkaviteit. Nee, die konkaviteit, it changes the concavity. So, over here you'll see this was concave down. Onthou ek het gepraat van die koffiebeker, nee? And then I get point of inflection, and then this one is concave up. Nee. Okay. Nou hulle sê daar vir jou, if on a clear second derivative, dankie. Luister gou, is dit kleiner is as 0. Nee? If that is less than 0. Remember over here, that is equal to 0. Nee, but die buigpunt is hy mos gelyk aan 0. Okay? Wat nou? Nee, hulle vra net wat is die konkaviteit. Maar dis nou, jy moet dit weet, dat is dieselfde soos nou. Hulle gee nie noodwendig vir die sketsie nie. Vir die sketsie kan jy dit lekker sien, maar as hulle nie vir jou skets gee nie, dan moet ek dit kan uitwerk. Kijk, so ons gebruik dieselfde as wat ons nou gedoen het, nee? So as daai buigpunt kleiner as is 0, dan is die grafiek konkaaf af. Met ander woorde, as hierdie negatief is, nee? If the answer there is negative, then it's concave down. Nee. En obviously, as daai tweede afgeleide, if that's greater than 0, it means it's positive answer, nee? Then it will be concave up. Concave op. Okay. Goed, dan, kyk gou wat sê hulle daar vir jou. As die tweede afgeleide gelyk is aan 0, geen gevolgtrekking oor konkaviteit. Remember, there's no concavity. At that point, it just changes from down to up, or from up to down, nee? So, by hierdie punt, at that point, there is no concavity. Nee? Okay, so hulle sê daar geen gevolgtrekking, no conclusion about the concavity there. You can just say, that is the point of inflection. Jy sê net, dis die punt, dis die buigpunt. Okay, any questions? Goed, kom ons kyk gou of ek iets gemis het. Okay, there they also give you a sketch, but it's the same thing there. Then right at the bottom, that example. Okay, kyk gou daar. Number 1, they ask you for stationary points. Onthou julle nou het ek gesê, wat is 'n stationêre punt? Stationary means you're not moving, né? So, turning point. Okay? And at turning point, gradient is? Daar sê ek hoe slim is julle. And what is gradient again? First derivative. Nee? Nie difference. Okay, so can you see? First derivative equal to 0. Nee? So kyk gou daar, dan maak hulle hom gelyk aan 0 en dan sê hulle die stationary points, dan gee hulle die 2 draaipunte. Okay. Concavity, ons gaan werk uit, wat is my buigpunt, en dan gaan sê jy, okay, kleiner is die buigpunt, means it's negative, so then concave down. groter as die buigpunt, it means it's a positive answer, so concave up. Nee, is julle reg? Sien julle, dit is baie, julle ken eintlik al hierdie goedjies. Right, so let's skip to the good parts. Nee, gaan gefinish nie. Ja, dit ook. Okay, so, luister gou. Ek wil vir jou so klein bietjie huiswerk gee oor hierdie concavity and increasing and decreasing functions. So that is going to be exercise 8, which is on page 160, number 1. Okay, luister gou. There we go. So that is your homework, nee? Maar ek gaan nie nou vir jou tyd gee om aan te werk nie, because I want to quickly explain. Is jy okay? Goed, so kom ons kyk gou na wanneer ons die vergelyking wil bepaal. So did everyone copy down this? Ja, maar julle raas verskriklik as ek werk gee om in die klas te doen. Julle werk mooi saam. Okay, did everyone copy? Kom ook eens. Wie Wie skryf nog? Niemand. Okay. Right. Let's determine the equation of a third degree polynomial. Skryf. Okay, so number 1. Example 1. English people, determine the equation of a third degree graph or third degree polynomial. Okay. Third degree graph. Ek het dit so 3 keer herhaal. Ai, nee, rare. What? Is it inequality? Ons is nou fan van polio. You now make me want to go back and check how many times I write in English. Skryf ek, do I really write that little in English? Nee, ek gaan terug gaan. Okay. What's it? Okay, listen. So, when we've got to determine that equation, because it's third degree, you guys knew that we had x to the power 3, x to the power 2, x, and then no x, nee? So nou sien jy, het ek net vir jou, in plaas van, ons het mos nou nog nie waardes nie, so die koëffisiënt van elkeen van hulle is nou net ax tot die mag 3. bx tot die mag 2, cx, en dan daai konstante maak ek nou net d. Okay, right. Now think of the steps that we use to calculate, but now we just got to do it in reverse. Nee. So, what did we do? We made y equal to 0. Toe het ons daai eerste klein hakkie gaan kry en die 3 term. Nee. After that, we factorized the trinomial. Nee. So, eventually we had 3 little brackets. Do you guys get... is julle by daar? Nee. Okay. So, ons gaan nou van daar af terugwerk. Nee, so wag, want what did we get when we had those 3 little brackets? Wat het ons toegekry? Die waarde van die x-waardes. Maar nou kyk gou hier. So ek weet klaar wat my 3 hakkies is. Verstaan? Okay, so that's where we start. Ja. Kyk gou hier. Ek gaan gou vir julle terugskiep. Kyk gou hier. Remember, look at this one. Look at this one. No? Okay, first we had that. Then we factorized and got a trinomial. Then we kept that small bracket and we factorized the trinomial to get small brackets. And from that, we got our x values. So what we're going to do is we're going to start here and work it up. Ja, wag, nee, daar's hier reverse berry nie, nee. Okay, ek gaan nou vir julle gou gewys. No, not yet. No. Nee, nee. Remember the x values here is given on the picture. Nee. Onthou, hulle gee vir jou, as hulle vir jou vra jy moet die vergelyking gaan kry, then they have to give you a picture with all those values on the picture. Okay, so. Eerste ding wat jy vir my gaan doen is jy gaan sê fx is gelyk aan. And now we know we usually have those 3 brackets, want those werk ons nou in reverse, né? Maar ek weet net nie. Would there maybe be something in front? So, and this, ek kan nie onthou nie, ek sal vir jou moet check. Dink dit is nie op daai formula sheet of yours. Wil een van julle nie gou vir my check? You've got to put A in front. Nee? Want, onthou julle sê maar partykeer was dit 'n negatiewe grafiek, then we took out the negative as a common factor. Onthou julle? So that's why we put A in front. En dan was dit mos nou gewees x minus 'n waarde van x, one of those values, and then x minus the second value of x, and x minus the third value of x. Nee. You don't have to write that down. You can skip directly to this part where we say x, en kyk gou-gou, nou wil ek hê almal gou eers opkyk. Everyone look up. Look at what x is here, minus 3, nee. So wat gaan my hakie wees? Plus 3. Ag, julle is oulik. Tweede hakie, x, what's my x here? Minus 1, so it would be plus 1. En my laaste hakie, x, was daar positief 4, so it would be minus 4. And that's your first mark. Ja. Lekker, nee? Okay. Nou, hier is mos eintlik y is gelyk aan. Okay. So we have now, look at the graph. What have we used? We've used that and this and that. Wat bly oor? Hierdie. Nee. So ek kan nou daai punt gaan instel. Daar sê, so I can substitute in if x is 0 and 1, y is minus 6. Nee. Okay, sien julle so ver? Baie maklik. Huh? Okay, I'm going to stop there. Kyk gou vir my. Probeer vir my. Nee. Jy gaan môre hier oor huiswerk kry. Ja, wat het 'n Vrydag te doen met enigiets? I know. And some of us, actually all of us, have to write about this in a few days.